Hey guys, welcome back to Real Talk with Lady T. Tonight we will be talking about Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode 16. Don't go nowhere. So, I don't know. There's a handful of other people who do reviews on Married at First Sight, and I can honestly say that this season has been draining. I'm almost literally like, okay, I'm ready for this season to be. Am I the only one that's ready for the season to be over? I don't know. But this won't be a long one. I just want to talk about these couples and what I think so far and kind of see what you guys think. And then we just got to wait till next week and see what happens. So my first couple that I want to talk about is Haley and Jacob. Now, I want to start with them just because they have been the most awkward out of the season. I mean, you know, with Jacob's quirkiness and his weirdness, and Haley really seems to have a wall up, and she hasn't really, I don't feel like Haley has really given a whole lot to this relationship throughout the whole time. That's just me. So we start this episode off with the couples leaving the couples retreat and going back home. So you see everybody packing, going back home. Mind you, Jacob had already left, so Haley was a little upset about that. So Haley gets back to their apartment and she finds out, Jake tells her anyway, that he left because he needed to tend to the dogs. I don't know if I believe that one, but he needed to attend to the dogs. So, you know, Haley was like, well, I understand that, but he still could have let me know that he was leaving or this, that. You see Haley meets with her girlfriend and they have a conversation. And basically, she was talking about the rocky roads that they had. And her girlfriend told her, you know, just be open-minded. Haley's still saying she does not want to be alone. And so the friend asked her an honest question, like, well, you know, if, you know, this experiment was over and Jacob contacted you and was like, hey, you know, I want to give this a try, would you? And so Haley's like, oh, anything is possible. So listen here. Y'all been playing games for 8 weeks. Y'all think that on decision day, a miracle is going to happen and boom, chemistry is going to come. I don't see it happening. That's just my personal opinion. They still seem to be talking this, I don't want to be alone. She's like, oh, it seems like we've been connecting lately. The exercise that Dr. Pepper gave us was right on time. And maybe that helped us to be a little bit more. But I don't know. So for this couple, I'm going to give my educated guess. I would not be surprised if on decision day they both say they want to stay married. However, if anything, I can see Jacob saying he does want to get a divorce. And I say that because even though Jacob got his ways, his quirkiness, and the things about him, it seems like I said it in another video, it seems like Jacob checked out like in the beginning when she said she wasn't attracted to him, when they were intimate, and then all of a sudden things changed. So, but then at the same time, Jacob talks about being, you know, close to 40 and not wanting to be single or not wanting to be in a dating scene. So you just never know. But I'm going to give the educated guess. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to stay together after this, which would be sick. But if one of them were to say they wanted a divorce, I would say it would be Jacob. Okay, so the next couple I wanted to talk about is Eric and Virginia. Now, Eric and Virginia. You know, I got mixed feelings about them, and that I heard a lot of different things about them. I would say people are saying that Eric gives a whole lot of like aggressive, overprotective vibes. I think that some of his past relationships and past situations have shaped him to be the way he is with Virginia. A part of it, in my knowledge, I believe that is because he is scared to be hurt and he's scared for her to go off with someone else. And so, and I feel like Virginia does not give me wife vibes. She just does not give me, I want to be your wife, and maybe she will get there at some point. But I just don't see that with Eric. Spoke to his brother about it or whatever. And he did talk about, you know, if anything, if there was anything for Virginia to be questioning, it would be, you know, how I would talk aggressive or give ultimatums and things like that, which could be true. But it's like almost like Eric is just like, I just want to be with somebody. Like, I need you to be that somebody. And Virginia, I said it in another video, I feel like she is going to feel trapped or imprisoned with the relationship. They go on their final date. And so if you notice, Eric did get a little emotional at the date. And so he was just, you know, spilling out his feelings. And it's not funny, but I said, Virginia was just there looking at him. And I don't know if it was the way she was receiving what he was saying or what, but she just looked at him and basically started talking about the issues that they had. And so then you see Eric whole face change. Like, oh, well, you know, and he just had to come back with what he had to say. But just a minute ago, you was crying. You know, again, I feel what she's saying. I do feel like Virginia has a drinking problem. The last couple of episodes, they haven't showed her being trashed or nothing like that. But, you know, we saw it very relevant that she wants to drink several days out of the week. She doesn't seem like she has her life on track or where she want to be. You know, she's just kind of free spirit right now. And it just seems like Eric wants this housewife and somebody to be there when he comes back from traveling with this job. And I just don't see that being Virginia. Virginia did ask Eric if he believed in soulmates. And he said, oh, yeah, I truly do. I believe so. She said, well, wasn't you married already? Did you at some point think that she was your soulmate? So Eric said, well, yeah, I did, but I was wrong. And so she said, well, I don't believe in soulmates. She specifically said, I believe in fate, but not soulmates. I can believe people can come together for fate, but not soulmates. Because what if you got more than one soulmate? So Eric's face was like, and again, I think because of how he thinks and because of his background, he's probably thinking like, oh, so you're trying to say you might have somebody else that you could be a possible soulmate with other than me or with me. Like, and so with that, wrapping up this couple, I'm kind of up and down with this one. I know for a fact Eric is saying yes. Virginia is definitely the question mark. And I would call her a wild card. Because, yeah, she's trying to figure out, you know, because she knows this is going to be life-changing. Once these cameras go off and production leave, this is your marriage and this is your life. And so I think she's taking that into consideration. And she did mention that when she met with a guy friend. And that, if you let me know if you've seen this guy friend, because I've seen the other 3 guy friends, but this is a different guy friend. But anyway, so yeah, I would say Eric is going to say yes. Virginia is a question mark. So they may stay together. They're going to stay together only if Virginia says yes also. That's my prediction for them. Moving right along. Okay, so my next couple that I want to talk about is Clara and Ryan. Now, we talking about this couple that has never had sex. So I guess they're the only couple this season that have not had sex during this marriage. Ryan is meeting with his friend and they're talking about the things that he needs. And he did talk about some really good things that him and Clara do share. And then he talked about some of his concerns. One of the main things he said is that Clara always wants to talk about her feelings. So he said every time we turn around, she want to talk about feelings. She want to talk about feelings. And sometimes I don't want to talk about my feelings. And so I laugh because I'm like, that's such a female thing. Because I hope I'm not overly talking about my feelings. But I can sit there with my husband and just talk about my feelings. And, you know, and be like, is you hearing me? Babe, I'm talking to you. Like, and he'll be like, oh yeah, I heard what you said. And sometimes I say, well, tell me what I just said. Because you ain't listening. So that's what us women do. But anyway, Ryan said that it's just a lot. And he also said that he didn't realize that being a husband is such a big responsibility. So he is thinking, I think, too deep. I think he overthinks it. But he's thinking deep into this. And make a decision and say, yes, this lady is my responsibility. And do I really want that? Is she really compatible with me? Moving on to the compatible part. So Ryan has them do this personality test. And so wait, I was over here rooting for Clara. I said, yeah, girl, I need you to get these answers right. And then I was a little disappointed with some of her answers because I was disappointed. I said, well, you don't have no inspirations, no dreams, you know, nothing you looking forward to, no goals. You just... And so there again, I mentioned it in another video I did. There's a disconnect with that because Ryan is deep. Ryan wants something and somebody with substance. He wants something he can grab onto, at least to work with, so y'all can keep going together. And I think Clara can actually get there. I don't think it's a lost cause. But right now, she just, like, one of the questions was, and let me quote it. It's important for me to achieve great things. And Clara said no. When she did that, I said, literally crickets. Like, Clara, why is it not important to achieve great things? I mean, you don't have to walk around always trying to be accomplish every little thing, but it should be important in this life to say, I achieved this, I achieved that. This was a good deed. I did this. I accomplished that. And as much as people like to argue me about it, I can feel Ryan on that part. If you don't have anything that's valuable to you, or anything that drives you and that pushes you, you just get up every day, eat, poop, sleep. It's like a log. Like, you're not doing anything. And so with that, I think that's the reason why, if y'all notice, when they were on their last date, he was throwing footballs and hitting. It was weird. I don't know, like bowling, but with a football. But anyway, Clara got upset because basically Ryan was like, listen, nobody can ever take this experience from us. This is our experience, you and me and nobody else, no matter what happens at the end, no matter how the outcome goes. And she like, can you not talk about decision day so negatively? She got up, walked away. She was upset. And I honestly feel like he's trying to save this in so many different ways. But this is Married at First Sight. And they know how to throw a monkey wrench on us. So we don't know what's going to happen. But I'm going to give y'all my prediction. Wrapping up this couple, I think that they will. Clara's definitely saying yes. Ryan, I think it depends on what he feels like at that moment. I feel like Ryan's going to make his final decision when it's said, what is your final decision? That's when he's going to make his decision. Because he's so calculated. And so if Ryan says yes, they will stay married. But if something tells Ryan no, they will not stay married. But it will not be because of Clara. Just my prediction. And finally, my next couple that I want to talk about is Brianna and Vincent. So we see Brianna and Vincent, they're at their last date together. And basically, Brianna tells Vincent that she felt like he was unorganized. However, she said, well, I feel like you're unorganized, but I feel like I'm organized, so I could be organized for the both of us. And of course, we've all noticed that Vincent takes things personal. He's very sensitive when it comes to certain things. He gets offended really fast. And so he basically was like, well, I want to tell you something. So I felt like, okay, Vincent, now you're being petty. This is tick for tack. Because he's like, honestly, when we was at the wedding and they were like, oh, she's bossy. Oh, bossy, bossy, bossy. To be honest with you, that was a turnoff. So, Brianna is just like blown away. And so, Vincent explained to her at their dinner, like, well, I didn't like the fact that you called me unorganized. And she said, well, that hurt me that you said that I was unattractive because of me being bossy. And so, they expressed that to each other. Vincent did have a FaceTime with his friend and talked about their marriage and his final decision. And basically the friend told Vincent, he said, but don't you want somebody to be upfront with you? Don't you want somebody to be honest with you? You know what I mean? Like, why would you want somebody to just quiet and a yes, sir person, and then they don't have no personality. They're not going to speak for themselves. They're not going to tell you and be honest with you. And so I think it's a bit much for him. And then Brianna, of course, FaceTimed her mom. And a lot of people are saying, oh, that's why Brianna that way, because of the way her mom is. But her mom seemed like she really liked Vincent. However, it was like when Brianna told her what Vincent had said about her bossiness, the mom basically said, if that's a deal breaker, then let it go. Basically, like, that's just who you are. So if he don't like that, he don't like you. And I was laughing at the end when they had their last night together and Vincent said, close your eyes, I got a surprise for you. So Brianna was like, okay. And she closed her eyes and he cut her braid off. I wasn't ready for that. I said, wait, why did he just cut her braid off? And she was like, how am I supposed to wear my hair? He was like, oh, well, you said you wanted to let your hair down or, something about your hair. Like, why would you cut her hair? So I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that move. Because that was just, what was that for? Like, why would you even do that? And then you did it on camera. So it's like, why? But anyway, wrapping up this couple, my prediction. I predict that they will stay together. That's just my personal prediction. Now, Vincent is emotional and kind of up and down. And Brianna still is thinking about the fact that she want to be herself. She don't want to change for nobody. So, you know, again, they can throw us a curveball at any moment. But I predict that they both will stay, to say they want to stay together, and they will stay married. I predict that Brianna and Vincent will be on the couples cam. That's my prediction. And I'm not just saying that because it was my favorite couple since the beginning. They do got some stuff they need to work on as well. But that's my prediction for them. Now, before I let y'all go, what y'all think about this crazy Paige and Chris? Now, first of all, y'all haven't even been on the last couple episodes. And then here y'all come on decision day. And I hear over here Chris talking about they don't know what the decision they want to make. Excuse me? I ain't hear you. Chris, stop playing. Just stop playing. I'm not even going to. I'm going to just wait till next week's episode and we're going to talk about that one. But yeah, he just pissed me off with that one. And she just sitting there looking like a doormat once again. All right, y'all. That's all I got for today. Short, sweet, simple, to the point. I ain't want to get into too many details about the episode. Just want to get my predictions out there. Tell me what you guys think. Let's try to predict before next week get here because I'm concerned. I just really want to see what's going to happen. Thank you so much for this journey, this ride with me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, write anything at the bottom if you want to have a conversation with me, and I will respond. And I will see you next week for a new episode. Have a good one.